Hi everybody, I'm Missy and I have the blog and YouTube channel Rambling Rose Farmhouse, and I'm really happy to have you joining me here today. So today I am in this room that we are renovating in our 1800s farmhouse. So I'm going to give y'all a tour of the room today, and I'm going to give you all the details about it. Also, up until this point, my sons and husband have been the ones doing all the work on the room. And now I have some jobs that I have to do, and one of them I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. I have an idea, I have something I'm going to try to start with, but I thought that some of you might have already had experience with something like this, and if you have, I would love to hear. Leave a comment for me and tell me what you used and how you did it and if it worked and all of that kind of stuff, because I'm going to show you what it is. But like I said, I'm not sure if the way I'm planning to do it is going to work or not. Okay, so this is the room. Let's see. And there's a door right here, which leads into a room in front of this room. And then there's a door here that leads into a room on that side. So this room is between two different rooms, and you can't get to it without going through one of those rooms. And so we wanted to add a bathroom. Let me show you how big the room is. It's from here over here. We needed to add a handicap bathroom, and we only had the space between this door and the wall because we did not want to have to take this door out and move it. If we would have moved it over, then it would have kind of messed up the space in the room on that side. So we didn't want to have to move the door. So that is what put the whatever you would call it, it determined the size the bathroom could be. It had to be on that side of that door. So you can see that we finally got the wall here framed up for the bathroom. And it took a while for us to figure out the bathroom layout, because we knew we needed a large handicap shower, and I think this is 5 feet wide, and it actually, you can tell here, it barely fit on this side of the door. In fact, we had to take the door trim off, and there won't be able to be any trim on that side, but it did fit. So it really only left us with one possible layout for the bathroom, because on this side we had this thing that comes down here, and this is the central air that goes all the way up there. You can't really see it, but it goes all the way up through the second floor into the attic. And so that couldn't move, and so that didn't leave enough room on this end of the room for the shower. So this area right here is going to be a closet, and then the shower is on the other end, and it takes up the whole space there. And then the toilet is going to go there, and the vanity is going to go right here. And we have an antique piece that we're going to use for the vanity. So we actually, most of the things we're using in here, we already have. Like we already have our light fixtures, some antique ones that I had collected, and like I said, a piece there for the vanity. And I think the light for the bedroom we already have. So we're using a lot of things that we already had. And right here, if you can, I don't know if you can really tell, but we have some beams that are going around this doorway right here. And this beam on the top came out from underneath our house. We had our house re-leveled not very long ago, and this beam is one of the ones that came out of from underneath the house. So I like to reuse things like that come from the house. Okay, so the things that we have been doing and that we've already gotten done are all of this electrical work. You can tell we had to run new electrical in here. I don't know if you can still see. You can see right up there those white things right up there. Those are, I don't know what they are, the conductors or something for the old wiring. There you can see a little bit more of the old wiring. Let me see. Yeah, so you can see some of the old wiring that was in our house right there. And of course, we don't want to use that for sure. So we have all new wiring that we've run in here, you know, for the lights and all of that. And then we had to frame up a new wall for this wall. Now our central hall of our house is on the other side of this wall, which our house used to be a dog trot, so that used to be an open breezeway through there. And we had to, I don't know what you call this, like fur out the wall, because the wall was very slanted that way. So it doesn't like appear that way on the other side, but on this side it was too slanted to use it. So he had to build a whole nother wall there to be able to make all of this stuff line up straight. So new wall, new wiring, all of the plumbing is in, the plumbing down underneath the house, and then the plumbing, that's what those red and blue pipes are there, the plumbing that comes to the bathroom. We have the shower in. Then we got the air conditioning work done up there to have air conditioning in here. And also over here, right there, you can see that the ceiling is different. This little section of the room where the windows are was a little add-on. So from like about right here between this door and this window, this little section was added on, and so the ceiling is shaped different. Well, it used to be boxed out, so there was like a big box that came down and then went that way, and so that ceiling was about probably 1.5 to 2 foot lower than the ceiling in the regular part of the room. That's one of the things that drove me crazy. And so we ended up taking that box down, and we're going to leave the ceiling like this. And I like it a lot better. It just looks a lot more open, and it just doesn't have that boxy look to it. So now we pretty much are at the point of getting ready to put the ceiling and the walls up. And that was another thing we were trying to decide what we're going to do. I think we have decided what we're going to do. And so the dilemma that I have is this outer wall, which is a newer wall because this little part was added on. I mean, it's still probably, you know, really old, but this is shiplap, and it's in really good condition except for right over here where it has some problems from some bugs, probably termites at some point a long time ago. So what I'm going to try to do, we can take these boards out and change them to new boards if we need to, but what I'm going to try to do is fill these places in, since this wall will be painted, try to go in here and get all of the wood that's really damaged out and then fill the places in. And the product that I bought, let me see if I can find it. Okay, so the product that I bought to try is this plastic wood, and I don't know if it's going to work or not, but that I was going to use the plastic wood to come in here, get all of the part here that's bad out, and then fill it in with the plastic wood. So if you don't think that's going to work, if you've tried it before and it didn't work, please let me know. Or if you know of a product that would work better, let me know that too. And then we also have to pull all of these nails out, because this wall, like all of the other walls in our house, every single one had cheesecloth over it and then wallpaper. And you can still see some of that right up here on the top. It's actually got like a cardboard, which I guess was their insulation, and then the cheesecloth and the wallpaper. That was in this room. So this is one of the jobs that I have to get done. Let me show you another one. Okay, so let me see if I can get where you can see this. This shower has this silicone caulking on it, and if you know anything about silicone, it does not want to come off. So I did buy a product that's supposed to take silicone off, but this is another one of my jobs, is to get this all cleaned off before we can add the shower doors and put them on here. So it's on both sides, and there's just a whole lot of it, and it's really stuck good. So another thing, if you have any experience with that, let me know, because this will be one of the jobs I have to get done before we can move forward. And the other job I'm going to do is to sand the floors. I volunteered to do this one, so we'll see how it turns out, but I do need to get started on that, because we decided that we're not going to rent like a big sander. We're just going to use a small sander. And so that light from that window is messing up the light in my video here. Let me get over here and see if I can do it from this way. But the wood floors are good. There's nothing wrong with the floor on the wood. The wood on the floor, there's nothing wrong with the wood on the floor, except that it needs to be sanded and then either just stained or sealed. So that is the next job that I'm going to do. And then all of the walls and ceilings in this room will have wood on them. And I think that we've decided what we're going to use, but I'm not positive yet. So I'm just going to say they're going to be wood walls. The walls are going to be wood. The floor's going to be wood. The ceiling's going to be wood. Everything is going to be wood, just like it originally was. I think that some of it is going to be new wood and some of it's going to be old. So that's pretty much the next thing I think we're going to be doing, is the ceilings and the walls. So I'll show you all that when we get to that. But this is where we are now, which it probably still doesn't look like much to you, but I'm telling you, a lot has gotten done behind the scenes to get to this point. And so it's pretty exciting, and we're ready to go ahead and move forward, get the walls up so that we can paint and get the floor done and be able to start using this room. I would love to hear your thoughts, so leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the room, if you have any thoughts on that. And don't forget about this wall over here and then that silicone on the shower. So if you didn't see my before video, go ahead and watch that. I'm going to leave a link to it so that you can tell how far we've come already, how much difference has been made in here, because there's been a pretty good bit of difference, and you will be able to see that when you look at that before video. Okay, so overnight things changed in here, and I wanted to show you those changes. And there's a glare coming in from the window, so it might be a little hard to see, but the closet got boxed in with the plywood. So that was one of the things. My oldest son came over yesterday and helped my husband work. And then the ceiling, it's the ceiling in the bathroom. It got plywood put on it, and then boards will go on top of this. So we put the plywood underneath the boards to keep all the trash. You saw all that stuff that had fallen out from up here when he took that down. Well, there's attic. Part of this has room above it, but part doesn't. And the attic part, all the little insulation and all the like little trash and stuff will fall down through the cracks if there's any cracks in the board. So we put plywood up. So they got the bedroom part all the way to this beam, plywooded, and the bathroom. So that was something that needed to be done, that was a little difficult to do by yourself. So like I said, my son came over and helped, and so we still have that little piece over there to plywood, and then we'll be ready to start putting up the ceiling boards. So now you have the very latest update. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to leave me a comment if you have some helpful information for me. I would appreciate that. And until next week, thank you for being here, and I hope to see you back again very soon.